Nearly a third of the way through the 2021-2022 NBA season, the real contenders for NBA MVP are separating themselves from the pack. Consider that for a moment. We're talking about the league's ultimate highest echelon, which is totally made up of elite athletes, the absolute finest of the best, and 4 of them have been so much better than the rest. With so much time left in the season, anything can happen, but someone other than our top 4 of Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Nikola Jokic, winning the award would be a genuine surprise. The criteria for MVP are the same here as they are in the actual vote, which is to say, no one knows what they are. These rankings are influenced by a combination of team success, individual production, and the ever-evolving narrative that there is no precise method to weigh those factors. Here's where things stand after little more than 2 months of the year. At number 10, Miami Heat's Jimmy Butler. Volume has to count, and Butler is on the outside of our top 10 because he has played in less games than everyone else on the list. He's been fantastic when he's played, averaging 22.8 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 5.2 assists per game. He continues to push his way into the lane and draw contact to compensate for his lack of three-point shot. This season, he's averaging more free throws per game than he did last. He hasn't been impacted by the league's crackdown on cheap foul baiting maneuvers. He has to work for his excursions to the line. It's also worth mentioning that Butler is doing well in a variety of catch-all stats this season. He ranks 4th in dunks and threes estimated plus-minus, and 6th in value over replacement according to Basketball Reference. At number 9, Philadelphia 76ers Joel Embiid. None of Embiid's teammates can get the ball to him in the post, and the guy who was perhaps the per-minute MVP last season is having a bad year by his standards. Of course, a down year that includes 24.3 points, 10.9 rebounds, and a career-high 4.3 assists per game says a lot. When Embiid sits, the Sixers become the Washington Generals, shedding 10 points per 100 possessions from their net rating. They've canceled 8 of the 11 games he's missed. For comparison's sake, the Heat have actually been better while Butler's on the bench. At number 8, Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz. Mitchell is setting career highs in usage rate and points per shot attempt, and his improved finishing around the basket has been a driving element in his greatest season yet. He's always had one of the league's most attractive and varied finishing packages, and now he's converting slick scoops and off-time layups at a high percentage. He's on pace to break his previous season highs by making 66% of his rim shots and 50% of his short mid-range attempts. Mitchell ranks 7th in EPM and 13th in 538's Raptor wins above replacement while playing for a Jazz squad that has been hotter than any other in recent weeks. At number 7, Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks. Young, who is still only 23, is on pace to set new personal highs in player efficiency rating and assist rate, with the latter measure now leading the NBA. Though softer whistles have cost the Hawks point guard a few cheap free throws per game, he is compensated by draining 38.3% of his three-point attempts and more than half of his two-point attempts. As a result, the scoring average will be greater than the previous year, and the effective field goal percentage will be 52.8%, a new career best. Only Curry, Jokic, and Antetokounmpo have a higher offensive box plus-minus than him, and the Hawks are 16.3 points per 100 possessions better when he plays. At number 6, Phoenix Suns' Chris Paul. Paul's offensive orchestration, particularly in the clutch, has been critical to Phoenix thriving in Devin Booker's absence. He's on pace to lead the NBA in assists for the 5th time in his career. Maybe CP3's 14.5 points per game don't jump out at you, but he's had no issue scoring when the game is on the line. His plus-minus in close and late scenarios is the best in the NBA, and he's shooting an unfathomable 60.9% in the clutch. As a result, Phoenix is 12-1 in games where the score is within 5 points in the final 5 minutes. Russell Westbrook's NBA high 247 clutch points were a big reason why he won MVP in 2016 through 17. Though clutch play varies from year to year, Russ's contribution to the team's victory that season was evident. And if the valuable component of the MVP criteria is any indication, we must give extra consideration to Paul, who has been so essential in turning close games in his team's favor. At number 5, Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz. On-stretch centers don't pique the interest of MVP voters, but Gobert is as interesting as an old-school center can be. He continues to be a scary rim protector in the game, leading the league in win shares, defensive rebound rate, and true shooting percentage. Among players who have defended at least 150 shots inside 6 feet, Gobert stands out. He's holding opponents to a league-best conversion rate of 43% on such shots. Importantly, while Gobert is on the court, offensive players rarely try to attack from close range, instead choosing for tougher mid-rangers. Patrick Beverley knows how to harass a ball handler. but he has no concept what a successful team defender looks like. Gobert is the primary reason Utah, rather than the Golden State Warriors, Phoenix Suns, or Milwaukee Bucks, now has the highest net rating in the NBA. At number 4, Kevin Durant of the Brooklyn Nets. As Kevin Durant continues to log more minutes and lead the Brooklyn Nets with little help, there's a groundswell of support for his MVP candidacy. He's the league-leading scorer and ranks among the top 5 in box plus-minus and Raptor WAR. If he finishes the season with statistics comparable to his current ones while being consistent in advanced stats, he might easily win MVP. However, the same could be said of the 3 men positioned in front of him. So remember how Durant came in 6th in those 2 broad categories? In the standings, he's trailed by Jokic, Curry, and Giannis. While those 3 players have the top 3 spots in EPM, Durant is a distant 6th. With Kyrie Irving out and James Harden underperforming, Brooklyn would be doomed without KD. He's an all-time great, and he might be the best pure scorer in history. Nobody can argue with any of this. However, you must make difficult decisions here, since Durant ranks 4th in a top 4 that is tightly packed. In the next video, we'll be looking at numbers 1 through 3. Well guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Top NBA, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. See you all next time.